Hey guys, welcome back. So guys, in this video we are going to learn with the new topic that is React JS. So guys, we will be doing a responsive clean website using React hook. Okay. So as we have seen that we have already built an React JS responsive website that was using a React JS component. But now in this video, we are going to start with the React hooks. So how we are going to design a website using React hooks. Okay. So guys, now let's install our React application. So if you don't know how to install, you can watch out this video fully detailedly. It is explained over here how much and what things we require for the React.js installation. And here is a small post, so the link is given in the description. And now guys, let's begin with the building a React.js responsive website. So yep, here is my fresh application and I have just given the npm start. Okay, and the application is running over here guys. Now let me just close all the files. So let's begin with setup the file where I don't want this app.css index.css files. Let's delete that unwanted codes and let's move to index, and from here remove your index.css, and let's create a simple called style.css or a custom styles.css. So basically we call as style.css itself. So let's keep in a root in the src folder itself and just import that. So import the style.css file. Done guys. So here your style.css comes. Whatever we require the CSS designing part, we will be doing over here. Now let's get back. So let's create a folder called component, and inside this we required some images for slider and all. So let's set up that images, and for creating the pages we required a pages folder. And one more thing, another folder for includes, like your navbar is global and your footer part is also global, and WhatsApp notifications, everything, right? So you can just set up a separate folder for that known as inc. So inc basically we understand as includes only. Okay, so yep guys, now let's get to our app.js. So let's close all this index and style. We are on app.js. So first here you can find that no file is there. Let's remove this. So now guys, we don't require this logo also, so let's remove that. And here is the logo.svg file, we don't require, just delete that. And we don't need this also, let's remove this. Here let's type welcome to React hook website design. Okay, and now begin with importing. Import React from React. All done. And now guys, let's see the output for this. So yep, let's refresh. Perfect. So now guys, let's set a clear page for this. Okay, so let's get back. Now let's move to our components, and here you find the pages, and inside these pages I want to create a home.js file, so which means home page. So you can start with import React from React and create a function with the name home function and export default home. Okay, and now let's return. Here you can end with semicolon also, and let's copy this and paste that in home. And now guys, let's call this page home page home.js file in our app.js file. Okay, let's call the path called import home from, where you're going to call it from components, pages and home. So you can start with dot. That means from the current root, let's go to component / pages / home, and let's copy this. Let me just zoom it. Home. Let's save. And now guys, let's see the output. Refresh. Perfect. So if you have a doubt, let's get back over here and welcome to React Hoop home page. Save. Here you get. Done. So guys, in this video, that's it. We have learned about how to set up a React.js website designing file and created a home page. And now guys, let's see in the next video how to install the Bootstrap in our React.js application and start building with the navbar, footer and homepage designing format. Okay, install the Bootstrap package in our React.js application. Okay, so as we have seen that in previous we have done with setup of the React application and remove unwanted files. And now let's install a Bootstrap application in our React.js. So as first step, let's open our terminal and move to your getbootstrap.com. Okay, so let's copy this and paste and let's hit enter. Let's see what happens. Okay, so guys, it's installing now. So let's wait for it get to completely installed. Just open this, and here we don't find package.lock because this is the latest version of React which comes with the yarn lock. Okay, but we are using npm install bootstrap, so let's see whether it generates a package lock file or not. Okay, so while npm install bootstrap, we have done this, we have got this file. Done guys, let me just minimize, and here you find inside your JSON lock folder, file. So your bootstrap is installed guys. All set. Here you find in your JSON also. Done guys. Now let's close this. So yep, let's move to our src. At index.js file, we have to include our bootstrap. So when your bootstrap is successfully installed, it moves to your node module, where inside this node module you have to find with the bootstrap code. Okay, so I'm just clicking on this folder and typing bootstrap. So you can find that bootstrap over here. Okay, so bootstrap, rest, css and your js also over here. So let's call that path. Import, let's tell bootstrap, dist, css, then bootstrap min.css. All set. We can just include also and live, and the same path we have to go to the js folder and call the bundle file. So buntle.min.js file. All set. So let's save. And now guys, to check the output, let me just close this. So yep, let's move to our src components. We have created the home page in previous video. So I just want a simple card to show over here for a demo. Let's get back. So refresh. Okay, just a catch error. So done guys. And now let's get back. So let's create a simple button over here. Let me just open and close div. Let's put this and create a button. button button. Hello. And this button we are going to design. So in React we use directly class name, not class. Let's save, and now let's check the output one. So you can see that button, right? So let's design this button where you can call button primary, save, and now you can see the output. Perfect. So you can know that Bootstrap is successfully installed and it is linked. So guys, now let's begin with the Navbar designing. So yep, let's go to your SRC component, and inside your inc folder, that means we are keeping all the included files. So let's give navbar.js file. Done. Let's go to your Bootstrap documentation, click on docs and search for navbar. Here you go. Yep, let's copy this navbar itself, copied, and you can just paste that. So before that we have to set up the things. So import a React from your React, where create a hook. So function export default navbar. Okay, so whatever you give over here, you just need to call that, and let's return. And while returning, you're going to set this. Done, guys. As simple. Now you need to do some changes, that is your classes. So let me just zoom it. Okay, so just select with all the classes, that is Control D. I am clicking Control D, and you can move on with class name. And if you have an input, okay, so you just need to end with this forward slash, so you find no error. But we don't require a search box. Let's remove it. I don't need few things. Remove it. So you can tell React hook website. So this is our navbar, and this is the mobile button, mobile view button. So not to worry. And this is our menu. So which is more clear now. All set. So now guys, let's include this navbar in our app.js file. So you just need to move to your app. Before this home page, you need to include that navbar. So let's copy and paste this and tell navbar and import from inc navbar. Okay, so component inc and navbar.js. That's it. So let's import this component. So use this navbar. All set. So let's get back. And okay, we find some error, syntax error. Let's go on the navbar. Here you find this error, right? So we don't need this drop down. It's just a divider, which React.js doesn't support that. Okay, so let's refresh once. Perfect. So all done, guys. And now if you want to include this in a container, let's remove this container fluid and make it to container. Here it comes. Let's move back and just add a simple code. I want to make that BG white, a simple shadow. That's it. So our and one margin and make it to margin start. Save, and now you can see the difference. Perfect. So you can all the pages set. So now guys, let's begin with the home page part. Let's move to home page, and now I want to set up a slider on this. Okay, so let's begin with the slider part. So let's create one path called inc, which I want to keep all the small includes of the pages. So you can tell slider.js, and in this slider.js, let's go to get bootstrap, search for carousel. Okay, so here you get one demo with the navigation. If you find over here also, you get top and bottom. So for us this is fine, we just need this. Let's copy this, get back and paste. All set. So you find the classes, first you need to change from class to class name. So just select all, Control D, and type it class name. And wherever you find that a single tag is there, you just need to end that, because React.js supports with the ending closing tags. So you just have to end it. Okay, so now guys, let's Control X and now begin with the format to create the slider. Now in this we are going to create in different formats. So const, where we'll tell slider is equal to open and close function and call the arrow function, and you can just export default slider. Okay, so this is one method of writing the function, guys. Okay, all set. And now let's return open and close bracket, where you can just pass that code slider. Done. Now guys, you need to import the image over here. So if you find a image folder over here, which we have created in the part 1 video, and I have stored one simple slider image. So let's call that path import. Let's tell slider img image from that. So you are in a slider over here. Let's go one step out, then move into second step out, and then you're going to image folder. One step out, two step out, then move into images / slider img.jpg image. All done. Let's copy this and paste it in your src image. Okay, open and close curly brace and paste that image. Done, guys. So now let's see the output for this. So let's get back. Okay, so we need to go to our home.js file and import this slider. So let's import slider from where? Your inc folder. So one step, let's give dot. So we are in a current directory inc, and then slider.js file. If you want to, you can include, or else just ignore that, because the React automatically calls that. And now let's call this a slider component. Now that's it. So now guys, let's see the output for it. Okay, perfect, done guys. So this was my simple image over here, which you can find it. Done. And now let's get back and keep this in one container. This below content, class name is equal to container. Done. So now let's add one py4. Oops, it doesn't load here. Let's add py4. Class name is equal to padding top and bottom, that is py4, and then paste your code, guys. I don't need this button. Let's remove that, and you can add a text -center. So welcome to React home page. Let's mention hooks. That's it, guys. So we are perfectly designed with our Navbar homepage, slider, and one content. So guys, let's in next with the new page integration, that is your about us, contact us, and other few datas. So guys, and now guys, in this we are going to learn about React router DOM. Okay, so how can we use React router DOM? React routers 6 version 6 in our React.js application. Okay, so basically we have seen that already in one video about React routers in the React.js component wise, where that was the version 5, React router version 5. But in React router version 6, there is a different way to elaborate the pages. Okay, I mean view the pages. So now guys, let's begin with it. So first step, you need to install your React router DOM. So I have just went to these commands. So npm install react router DOM and successfully installed it. All set. Now you can see that in your package log.jsn file over here. So which is version 6.1.0 right now. So let's close. And now guys, let's get back and see the output over here. So if you're following from my previous video, you can see that we have already created one navbar, and here there is no link we have added, it's just href. So when you start your application npm start, so at last after compiling it, you may face some issues or warning over here. The href attribute requires some valid values. Okay, so it's just a warning. So you can just solve this issue by installing a react router DOM. So now let's import open and close curly brace where we'll add link from your react router DOM. So react router DOM. And now, so you just need to change the a tag to link tag and href to 2. Okay, so same condition follow up with each a tags. Let me just complete it. Link, I don't require this, to the home page, and next move on with the link for about us, about us, and let's copy this and paste for the contact. Here move with contact, and this will be our services, and change this a tag to link tag to forward slash service 1. Okay, so same process goes on for each. One, 2, and 3. All set. So here also we are missing one a tag. Let's make it this to link and link to href. Let's give it hash itself. So we can check the output. Refresh. Okay. Use href may. Okay, we are getting this warning, right? So we have to use a router component. So all these link tags should be in a router component. So guys, we are including this navbar in app.js where app, navbar, home, and we'll be including about also. So let's create that router in our app.js file. So let's begin over here, import, where we'll tell browser router from react router DOM, and this browser router as, let's keep as a router. And now, as we have seen that in version 5 we use that switches, right, switch. So in this version 6 it has moved to routes. So ROUTS routes, and then let's call our normal route to route the pages. Okay, so let's begin here. So first set up with your browser router. All done. Open and close. So you can just cut and paste at the last. Now you need to set up the routes. So to route the pages, you just need to call this, but this solves our linking problem. Let's save and you can see the output. Okay, perfect. So now we need to make these pages, right? Like home, about, and contact us. Done. So you just need to call that. You are going to use routes routes, open and close, and inside this routes you're going to keep all your pages. So if you're designing with home page, about page, contact, services, everything should be inside the routes, and this route will route you to your pages. So right now we have one home page. Let me just route and show you this. Oops, route and end the route. Let's call the path is equal to, we are on going to home page, and the component is replaced with element. Element is equal to open and close curly brace, and here we are going to just cut this and paste in it. Done, guys. So we have seen that in router React Router DOM 5 version 5 we were using component, but here we are working with router 6, so it's replaced with element. Let's save, and perfect. So let's go to home, about, contact us, but we need to design that page, right? So let me just create with that simple pages and just redirect them to that pages. Okay, so first let's move to our components pages, and let's create a simple page, about.js and contact.js. All done. So first let's begin with about, import react from react. Let's create a function called about, open and close curly brace, and export this default your about page, and let's return, open and close, where you can tell this in a h1 tag about us page. So now you can call this page in your app.js. Import about from which path. So you need to go to, from current directory you're going to pages and about. So from current directory go to component, /pages /about. I mean this file name about.js. You can include in this format also, or else not a problem. So let me just keep in one path my home page, about page, and let's import the contact page also. So contact, and the file name is contact. All set. So same way you're going to copy and paste, call the about. So this we are copying this and pasting here. Okay, paste here. Let's move on with contact and paste here, contact. So yep, let's go to our contact page, and let's copy and paste this design and change this contact. Okay, so make sure you are giving this same. And now guys, let's see the output. Refresh. Let's switch about us. Okay, now let's switch about us. Okay, it's not showing the output. Let's see why. Let's go to our app.js file, and oops, we have not called the path over here. At about us, it should call about element, like you're on about, right? So you should call that about. Let's copy this contact link, and it should contact. When this route is called, you have to call the contact page. So you can see here, perfect. So home, about, and contact us. So guys, we have successfully seen that about the React Router DOM version 6, how to set up with the links and the routes and your browser routers. So if you have any more doubts, you can just follow up with this reactrouter.com documentation where version 6. Okay, so you can find this link in the description where a simple code is explained over here. So yep. So now guys, we are going to design all the pages like your about us and your one services page and one simple contact page. So guys, now let's get started with it. So first step, let's move to our about page and design one, just a banner and then a simple content. Okay, so let's move to our editor. Okay, let's close all the files. Here let's move to src component about.js. Okay, so over here, let's begin over here. Let's take this inside, and here you begin with your container part, class name, container, copy and paste. Here let's make this padding top and bottom 3 and bg warning. All set, and I just want to push this code inside the container. Now let's see the output for it. Here you go. Perfect. So this font is looking too big. Let's make it too small, little, and make this about us. Here we go. Perfect. So now guys, we need a dummy content, so we can just Google that lorem ipsum. So here let's move, and okay, so now guys, we need to copy this and we'll be using in this about us page. So now guys, let's go to our about us and just get started with the below section. So first let's divide again the div tag with the class name is equal to where we will tell that padding 4 and pg light. The same goes on with the container part and the heading. So here you can type welcome to React hooks website designing. Okay, and a simple divider. So we will be using Bootstrap class name, and then your p tag. So here we go. Let's copy the dummy contents, copy and paste here. And now let's see the output. Perfect. So let us just divide this page over here. Let me just increase this padding to 5, and I want to divide this in a column 8 and 4. So you can use a row, div row, class name is equal to row, and same again we are going to use the div tag with column md8, and let's copy once again, and here this column we are going to make it to 4 because a row contains total 12 columns. So let's take this data and paste inside your column 8. Done. And inside this column 4, I want one image to be added. Let's use image tag src source path, where you're going inside the component image and you'll find the gift.jpg, one image we are using. So you can call the path like about image. Okay, so let's import that. Import about image from the path. So you're going from your pages folder. Okay, so one step out and then go to your images folder and call the image file. So let's move one step out and then move to images / gift.jpg. Save, and now guys, you can, for responsiveness, let's use a class name w100, and here you go. Perfect. So all the design has come. Now if you want to, you can use a shadow over here. So just shadow, and you can use a border bottom, border hyphen bottom. So perfect. All done. So now guys, same way you're going to copy and paste for your contact page and your service page also. So guys, now let's begin with our service page. One service page we'll make and we will paste the same design. Okay, so let's get back. And yep guys, so inside pages, let's create one page called service1, service1.js file. And let's copy whole thing from your about us page and paste that. And now let's change the function name first over here as service1. Copy and just end the default, export default, and this will be your service1. Here you can move on. That's it. So now you need to call the path in your app.js as we have seen that. Okay, so after about us, I want to call what is the path we have given in the drop down. Here is service1. Let's copy this path and paste that and call your component that is service1. So let's tell service1 copy and import this service1. So you need to copy this, okay, from the path. So we will copy this same path. All set. So instead of contact, we are going to use service1. Let me just copy this file name, okay. So you need to copy that file name. That's it. Save, and here you go. Let's refresh. Perfect. So service1 has come. So same way you can integrate for your service2, service3 also. So now guys, let's implement for our contact us page. So let's move to contact. Here we have a function and everything. So let's move, just copy the return function and paste that. Here you go. And need to change the title contact information, and this will be a small description about your contact information, and here you can give all your address. Email us at info@example.com, same as call as, so +1 and just a random phone number and your website. So www.example.com. So now you can see the output for contact us page. Perfect. So if you want in a card, you can just implement that card also. Let me just quickly design that. So just copy and paste this div and the div. Okay. So here you can use directly card body. Done. If you want to use a shadow, you can use a shadow too. Here you go. Perfect. So now let's implement the form, contact form. So you need to start with the div open and close tag. Let me just finish it quickly. So first label, full name, get started with input. So you need to end the input. Let's give a class for this, form hyphen control. Okay, now you can see the output for this. Here it gets. Okay, so if you want to just divide one by one column, you can just give a row over here, row, and then again open and close the div for column md6. Now you can just copy this and paste back. So you can just change this to email ID. Here you move with phone number and move on with subject, and finally one message. So we are going to use a text area. So you can just type text area, open and close. So you need to copy this form control design, class name, and you can utilize that row. How many rows do you want over here? So let's set it to 3, and this will be a message area. Let's make it to 12. And now guys, let's see the output for this. Perfect. So here you get the output, and we require a simple button over here, submit button. Can copy this div and paste. So let's set up the button. Let's tell this button name as send message, and design this button name primary. You can extend the width and height. So yep, here we go. So if you want to give some space, just add margin top 3 and done. That's it guys. And now if you would like to keep this in a card, you can just follow up using one div tag. Again, open and close div. So this is our row. Let me just minimize this row and paste that row inside your card div. Let's use the card class name. Here we go with card body. All set. Done guys. So guys, we have successfully completed with our page designing and with the contact page. So guys, in our home page also we need some contents. So let's copy this about us design and just paste in our home page. So it will look fine. Okay, so let's move to about us page, and we just need this. Copy it, Control C, and go to your home page and just paste after your div container. All set. And here you're including the about image, so you need to import that also. So you can just call that path, copy and paste. So yep, so here we go. Let's refresh. Perfect. So we have got the output. So one thing is pending guys, that is our footer part. So let me just quickly design with the simple footer. Okay, so let's move to our source component, and in inc we have created the navbar, right? And we have included that in our app.js file because we want to keep that global. So same thing, we want to keep this footer in every page of your site. Okay, so for that, let's create a file inside your inc folder. That means include folder, that is footer.js, and same concept, create the function. So let's do not waste time, copy and paste here, return, and the function export default your footer, copy and paste. All set. And here begins with our div. Start with the container first. Let's give the class name where container, and move with the row, and let's create a column. Here we'll create a column with md6 and start with the h2 tag where we'll tell welcome to React hook website. Done. And after this, if you want a divider or horizontal row, you can just set up that and a little content. So we need a content. Let's copy from here and paste. Done. And a remaining 6 column will just copy and paste Here you can start linking your code. I mean, create a tag. So let's create one div and a tag. So in React, we don't use a, we have to use link, right? Link to, set single quotes, let's give home and name this as home. Use a class. If you require, you can use a class for designing this, but not required. Okay, let's copy and paste. This will be about us, the contact us services. All set. And now guys, let's save this and include this footer in our app.js file. Okay, so let's get back here. After the routes I want to include, so yep, open, and this is my footer. Let's import this. Here is a navbar. Okay, import footer from the path, so it's the same path. Let's copy this and paste it. So just add that footer file, save, and yep, let's see the output. Refresh. Okay, done guys. So here you get your footer part, but let me just design it very correctly. Let's move to our footer and begin with, use the class name py5 bg dark. Here you move with class name is equal to text white, and same concept, class name is equal to text white. Perfect. So here we get our output. If you don't need this, and make it to h5. Done guys. So let me make this navbar sticky. Let's go to navbar, and here sticky sticky hyphen top. Refresh. Cool. So if you scroll also, it's your navbar is sticky. So guys, in this video, that's it. We have successfully completed our React Hook website designing in React.js. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and let's get started with new series in next videos. So guys, thank you once again. Please subscribe, like, and share.